Hi, it is iYikkam time again. So tonight I got a really interesting questions sent to me by a Wing Chun friend, and he is from Asia. So he asked me, "You talk about all this short strike stuff. How do you know that it is true? It is a fact?" Well, this is very interesting. Okay. If you ask these questions to my Buddhism Zen monk Sifu, the answer he give you is this: if you eat, you will know whether you're full or not. So people might think, oh, what the heck you're talking about? Well, let me tell you one thing, which is for those of you who like to study the real Chinese culture. Okay. For example, in the study of the Buddhism, there are two things. One is 佛学, meaning study the Buddhism literature, and another one is 学佛, meaning learn to be a Buddha. Okay. So majority of the people who study Buddhism is studying 佛学. They are studying actually the literature of the Buddhism. Okay. And it is very rare for people compare with the majority that it is doing 学佛, learning to be a Buddha. Okay. So if you go to talk to people like Nan Huaijing, okay, or other top monk of Buddhism, especially the Zen monk, okay, they will tell you that study Buddhism is not just to understand terminology or be able to speculate on terminology. Okay. So in Chinese culture, one need to be really careful. Okay. So as my analogy is that one can read the English in the physics books, but without really study physics, going to the lab, making the experiment of the physics, one will not know what physics is about. This is what it is. Okay. So the same thing is, you talk about martial arts, you talk about internal development, qi and so forth. As my example for you, everybody can talk about Anapanasati. You go to the website, you type in Anapanasati, the teaching of the Buddhism or the Buddha. You get all kinds of theory, but you just go check in the website. How many of them know that breathing have three phases? Inhale, exhale, and rest. In fact, the Buddha talk about the rest state, and how many in the website. Just go ahead, go look at what they practice in Anapanasati. They'll tell you about inhale and counting, exhale and those kind of things, but they do not know that third phase. That's the difference between study Buddhist literature and learning to be a Buddha. Learning the thing, experience with what's going on. Okay. Same with this, people talk about dantian breathing. Okay. And you know that I always tell people, don't ever think about dantian. So is dantian breathing is real? Yes, it's real. But you don't think about it. Well, let me reveal to you. Okay. It is a state. It is a state. When you get closer to be able to handle that rest, the rest phase in the breathing, inhale, exhale, and rest, then the breathing is like there is only light breathing in your dantian area. That is the breathing. That is going to get into the Tai Chi or embryo breathing, okay? Where the real the Qi practice or internal energy practice started, okay? So again, I bring this out is to share with you that are you studying literature, or are you know what the heck's going on? So you say, oh, you know, Hendrik, how come you know this kind of thing? Because I screw up for decades and I keeping looking for different teacher. And at the end, I look at what is the common denominator. Okay? Not based on anybody, but based on result. Based on common sense, and it got to be scientific. Okay? So, reason I tell you this is about, we can go ask people, is it real? So like my teacher said, have you eat? If you eat, you feel full. You feel full. If you didn't eat dinner yet, you don't feel full. This is a serious issue, and today people just keeping thinking, okay, terminology, speculation, keeping going on, and thinking they are right. And then they have this relationship stuff, and all, because you're my friend, you're my teacher, all kinds of stuff. It is not scientific at all, okay? The real study of Buddhism and internal and so forth is scientific. All these people like Nan Huaijing, Wu Xingru, the book I show you, Ma Li Tang, all they go through the scientific side. Okay, you can look at their publications, okay, or their teaching. Now let's get into the how can I know that whatever I present, the short strike is real, it's true. Let's go through the three things. Number one is why, number two is how, number three is what. Why do I need to talk about or present or share this information on short strike? Because we need a solution. We cannot afford keep going on and on. Oh, your thing is no good. I'm right. All this kind of thing, you pick at people, critics and everything, but for past 60 years, do you have a solution? You don't have a solution. And like only yesterday, that guy in China, MMA guy, is questioning Wing Chun. Okay, after he questioning Tai Chi, he said this thing is not. He's challenging Wing Chun. Who's the gatekeeper of the Wing Chun? Okay, watch his video. And he said that Chinese martial art has going into really not scientific. So what he wants is a scientific of what is going on. Okay. Now, we need a solution which is not based on I like it or I don't like it. If you don't have a solution, people is going to ask questions. Okay. Before the Westerner asked question, and now the Chinese is asked question by himself because it doesn't make sense. When it doesn't fit common sense and it doesn't fit a scientific, people are going to ask questions. Okay? So we need a solutions. Not just picking at, oh, you are wrong, I'm right, this is guy, like this, like that, like that. You know, it's a wasting of life when there's no solutions. Okay, so number one, why? Because we need a solutions. Number two, how? As I shared before, I'm using mathematical modeling type. You plot all the data, you throw all the data inside there. You let the data tell you what it is. It's not according to my Sifu, my Si Heng, this grandmaster, that grandmaster, or I think so, I believe so. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who said it or what it is. You plot it, all the data, you let all the data show what it is. That's scientific, that's objective. So that's why You got this book, you got this book, and all other things, you plot it in. For example, I have no idea who is Grandmaster Yip Man. And you can see people talk about Grandmaster Yip Man doesn't know this, and Grandmaster Yip Man's Wing Chun is blah 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 blah. So why is that I include him in the and give him the credit and respect in the when I presenting the short strike? Because he's speaking the truth, which is fitting the whole model scientifically. Okay. So it doesn't matter what other people say, talk about Grandmaster Yip Man. He present the fact, period. Okay? Got nothing to do with me. Okay, like, oh, I'm from iYikkam lineage, I have the old Queen Quid, you don't have it. Bullshit. Okay? You based on objective, you based on data. That is scientific. It's like, if you want people in college to or in university to agree and to appreciate or respect the finding, then one better be objective and be scientific. Otherwise, it's invalid. Okay, it's not like, oh, because you're my friend, I'll just say yeah, yes. That's why I do not want anybody to agree with me. Check it with data. Okay. And like as the other day, I was showing that over in this book, the Shaolin 1784 book, about the explanations of this is Kwin Chung Samfat, and this the whole body has to be one piece. Okay, and then here he said that it is the important is to be able to master a small quantity of the thing, not to get learning all kinds of stuff without mastering. Okay, that's where one get the insight. So this is 1784. Okay. And you think I just have this one data point on short strike? No. I got this book. Short strike. 1928. And this page is coding Qi Ji Guang 1560. Okay. Over here, he talk about short strike. Short strike. Okay. Here, he said, if you want to study martial art, you shouldn't afraid of get hit. In Wing Chun, don't we say that if you afraid to get hit, you'll get hit? Okay. And also that here, over here, you talk about if you want to study about short strike, you need to train your body and your footwork. Okay, here. So this is consistent with this short strike. Consistent with this 1560. So how? Scientific data, and like the 613.3, I took the common denominator. the short strike common denominator, different data point, and I show you today another new book, right? 1928. So I have all this data point, and how do I know that what I'm sharing is proper? Because I take every common denominator to share with you. The data point, the common denominator, that's what I share with you. How wrong can be a common denominator? Even it can be off, but you are still in the ballpark. Not to mention it's the multiple data point model. Okay, so that's how. So that's how scientifically I know it is within that data point, that ballpark. Okay. And what did I present? Everything I show you in this YouTube is what it is. Okay. So why do I make this so clear? Because I want somebody who later on come know that I don't go biased with who said what. There are more books like this one, the Shaolin diagram. Notice the feet. Notice the feet, not the iYikkam and Mado's type. So I explained to you why, what, why, how, what. Okay? And so do I know why is it that today, like Wing Chun, become those clamping, really the lower four ball is really hold up? Well, there's another data point of study too. You know what happened? It is at this Qi Guang and after the Qi Guang time, they modify the thing to use it in the boat. Okay, so the art, the short strike art was tailored so that you use in the boat. That's why the lower four balls, it become like that. However, the full art based on this is not that. So if you want to talk about Qi and so forth, it's not that boat type. Okay, do we know? Yes, there's data for it. Okay, so we don't want to be for anybody. We show the solution, we show the evidence, we show scientific stuff. The bottom line is to get result. Otherwise, what is the point on all this education stuff? So this is to share with you today. Hopefully that you have more understanding of what I'm doing. And again, today I show you another new book, 1928. And remember this, whatever I'm doing is using mathematical modeling, using common denominator, be it the 6-13-3 or be it the short strike, which is I present to you. Okay, because it cannot be wrong that way. It cannot be off too much that way. Nothing is perfect. We cannot go back to the 1800, 1840 in the red boat to see what happened. But we know what is likely per scientific. Okay, so I'm not the guru, I'm not the best fighter, I don't know it all, but by scientific objectively, we know this is within the ballpark because it is a common denominator. So this is to share with you today why I'm so sure this thing, what I'm presenting, is proper. And you don't have to trust me. I don't want you to trust me. I don't want you to believe me. Go check it out. Okay? Scientific. Double blind test. Okay? So this is to share with you today.